Hello everybody, welcome to part 4 of Let's Play Final Fantasy. We just left off from the town of Provoca, freeing it from a bunch of pirates. Now I'm going to get into a battle right away, against with a new bunch of enemies, the Sahagins. These guys are weak to lightning, so feel free to zap him. We are heading to Elfland, across the ocean here. This is going to be... What we're heading into is ultimately one of the biggest and longest grinding spots in the whole game, but it will be worth it. Basically what we're going to be doing here is prep work for heading into the first major dungeon, which is pretty much one of the hardest dungeons in the game relative to your skills and abilities when you're first able to go into it. The encounter rate on the water is just a little high, as you can see. None of these enemies on the water are going to provide any type of real challenge for you. Unless you happen to run into a shark at a really low level, but even then, they're not a big deal. Easy peasy. And after we hit the bend, we want to head south here. You're going to head south until you, well, get into more fights. Now, the ice spell is more powerful than fire and lightning, however. The Sahagins are not weak to ice, but the sheer difference in power will just make up for it, and you should be able to take them out pretty quick. Sadly, not a whole lot of exciting stuff to talk about till we actually get to the next town. I can talk about these atrocious hit rates, but that's not very exciting. Alright. Gonna head south, and then once you hit land again, we'll start heading east, west. Can't think of directions. And we're at the next town of Elfland. Hey, okay, fine, walk away from me, I hate you. Save our prince. Now, if you remember in Provoca, we met a person that talked about the prince here only being able to be saved by Matoya's herb. I'm gonna heal up real quick to get our spell charges back. Alright, now we're gonna get a big shopping list ready, because we're heading into the first major dungeon, and boy is it expensive. Okay, we are going to purchase iron nunchucks for our black belt. We're eventually going to be purchasing a silver sword for our fighter, and your red mage if you have one. The saber is your optimal equipment for the thief, and a large knife for your black mage is his next best upgrade for his weapons. Now, the thing about this town is it has level 3 and level 4 black magic, so let's go over that real quick. Fire 2 is going to be the first thing you want to buy. It's a more powerful fire spell that hits the entire enemy group. Hold basically casts stun on one enemy. Why paralyze something when you can just kill it, is my outlook. Lightning 2, like Fire 2, it's a more powerful version of lightning and hits everyone. Lock 2, remember when I said the original lock spell was bugged and did nothing? Well, this one's bugged even worse. It actually does the opposite. It raises the foe's evasion instead of lowers it, so obviously avoid that like the plague. And we're going to head over to the white magic shop to check that out. First, let's stop by this tombstone here. Oh, here lies Erdrick. Yeah, people who've played the old Dragon Quest slash Dragon Warrior game should recognize that name. And here we are at the White Magic Shop. We got Cure 2, Harm 2, Anti-Fire, and Heal. Well, the first thing you'll probably want to pick up is Heal. It casts a low-level cure on the entire party. Cure 2 is a better cure spell. It targets only one person, but heals them for quite a bit. Harm 2 is very nice. It's the harm spell, just more powerful. Does more damage to undead. Anti-Fire you'll eventually want to pick up. Cast a spell on the whole party that reduces incoming fire damage by 50%. Hey, who are you? Man, these guys just keep walking away from me. Oh, apparently the prince was going to become the king is customary. Okay. I'm going to hit up the other two magic shops real quick. Okay. I'm going to start with the bad stuff here. Anti-mute, don't buy it. There's like two enemies in the whole game that'll mute you. Mute is a little annoying in that it locks out your spells and your drink command, but you're so rarely going to be muted, this isn't worth it. Anti-ice is an option eventually, not for now. It does the same thing as anti-fire. Rouges all incoming ice damage by 50%. Fear basically lowers enemy morality and makes them run away sometimes. Again, just kill them. Not really useful unless you're trying to do a solo white mage run, which is a challenge in itself. In pure, if you're swimming in money, go ahead and pick it up. But if you factor it out, you can buy 53 pure potions for how much it costs for the spell. And that's probably more than you'll ever need, so it's really questionable to pick this one up. Hey. Ooh, we don't want the Dark Elf to dominate. Okay, then the level 4, Black Magic. Sleep 2, unlike the first sleep spell, only targets a single enemy, but has a much higher chance for success. Fast is the best spell in the game. Increases your target's hit percentage by 50%, which makes them get... And it's like... And when I say 50%, like if their hit rate was 40%, it'll go to 90%. Not 50% of 40. It's a hard 50% bonus. That basically turns your fighter and your black belt into killing machines. Confuse, again, not really worth it. Just another status effect. Not at all special. Ice 2, just like Fire 2 and Lightning 2, hits the entire enemy group. This will pretty much be the first thing we're picking up for level 4, because we will be grinding a lot, and Fire 2 and Ice 2 are the best two grindy spells. And we're going to head to the item shop real quick, because they have something new to look at. They have houses for 3,000 gold, which will restore a large number of hit points, as well as all of our spell charges. That's going to become very key in the next few minutes. And soft potions, which cure Petrify, but we're not going to run into petrifying enemies for quite a while, so we can just ignore those for now. Let's just equip our one new weapon real quick. Now again, once we get to level 10, we're going to de-equip the black belt with everything. Well, the 200 gold investment now is quite nice, well worth it. Let's head into the castle, see what's going on. Hi. Astos put the prince to sleep. What's on Astos? Who are you? Oh, that's a bummer. Your prince was cursed and he stole all your stuff. Hey, what's up? For 5 years, the prince has slept under Astos' spell. Like, for 5 years, you just... Let's not mount an assault on this guy. I mean, really? Z, says the prince. It's pretty interesting. What's going on up here? The Cave of the Dwarves, huh? Well, that's interesting. Maybe they have something cool to say. Yes, Matoya's herbs, yes. Well, I guess we should head up to this dwarf camp or dwarf cave, see what's going on. All right, creeps and ogres, my favorite. Your main target here is going to be the ogres. Ogres have only a strong physical attack, but it is pretty powerful at this point in the game, so no reason to let them get in more damage than they should. Yeah, Black Mage with those big hits. Alright, let's speed this up. And just my luck. Oh, come on. Nice thing about the black belt hitting level 10 is once we de-equip his weapons, his accuracy skyrockets, so he's pretty much never going to miss. Well, that little elf friend of ours told us to check out the west end of the sea to get to the dwarf cave, so let's see what that's all about. Oh, not ice. Sharks, like most enemies at this early point in the game, don't really have any special attacks aside from just physical ones. Well, they do have a good amount of hit points for the point that you encounter them at, but just keep your hit points topped off and you'll be quite fine. Oh, this accuracy is killing me. Just hit him. Just hit him. How hard is it to hit a giant shark? Thank you. Hey, we gained some levels. That's good. So I want to at least be level 5 for my grinding spot that I'm going to select before the first dungeon. Alright, we're going to head north a bit. You'll notice Corneria right there, so if you need to make a pit stop, go ahead. But for now, we're going to follow the coast, head west, and stop right here. Asps are pretty annoying. They can poison you, just like that. Now, poison in battle will reduce your hit points by 2 every turn, and it can kill you, whereas on the overmap, it will reduce your hit points by 1 per step and is incapable of killing you. Staying at the inn will not heal status ailments in this game. However, we'll pop our pure potion. Now you'll notice that it moved the black belt to the back row. That's the annoying thing about this game. When a character gets hit by a status ailment, they'll automatically get moved to the rear spot in the party, so after every combat, you have to basically reorganize the party. It gets kind of annoying after a while. I'm going to head south here and pay a visit to the dwarf cave, and I really hope I don't get poisoned, although I'm sure I will. Yeah, that's right, miss. Yay. I am going a little fast through these areas, but the main reason for that is once I hit the spot I'm going to grind at, to get to the next dungeon, I'm going to be pulling in a couple thousand gold per fight. So I'm just going to wait till then to do really stock up on items. And we're just stopping here to get some quick money. Talk to this dwarf. Oh, that's what. Astos stole the crystal from Matoya. Okay. Hooray! For what? I don't know. Did you meet Smith the blacksmith? Not yet, no. This is Smith the blacksmith. I need some adamantite before he can make me my sword. What sound? Interestingly enough, there is no sound. Floater will be getting later. There's supposed to be like a drilling sound or a digging sound, but it doesn't come through in the original NES version. In the later versions, like the Dawn of Souls and later iterations of this game, they actually do make a little digging sound that you can actually hear. Alright, so pretty much we came here to learn that Matoya's crystal got stolen by Astos. Fantastic. Alright, well, I'm not going to make you watch the return trip, but next time I'm going to hit up Elfland. Actually, I'm going to head up back to Provoca for a bit, grind up some money, pick up Fire 2, and I will meet you at my grinding place before we head to the Marsh Cave. It's kind of a little known area. Yeah, I guess you'll find out about it when I get there. But basically, to get to the point where I want to be for the first dungeon, it'll take you about at least 3 hours of normal grinding around Elfland. But my strategy, it's only going to take me about 1, and I'm going to be pretty overpowered by the time we're done. And that's good, because the first dungeon is a pain. But anyway, I'll see you next time. I will meet you back either in Elfland or Provoca. And thanks for watching, and next time I will show you how to power level real quick and take on the first dungeon. I'll see you next time.